I want to take you today from fractured to focused. Most companies don't have a revenue problem. They have a structure and design problem. And what I want to share with you in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to walk you through some things to do to solve that structure problem and make sure you really understand what's missing here. So you're not stuck because your offer is bad. You're stuck because your offers are fractured. The path and the journey are fractured. What does fractured means? Multiple avatars, multiple problems, multiple delivery models, multiple message strains, multiple directions. When your offers are fractured, your attention is fractured. If your attention is fractured, your revenue is fractured. It makes everything harder. You work twice as hard for half as much, and we don't want that. I want you to start putting in 1 unit of input to get 2, 10, or 100 units of output. What fracture really costs you? It's not just annoying, it is expensive. It's an expensive way to build a business, and typically you're going to go in a hole. It costs you money, time, effort, and energy. Your message, every offer requires new positioning, new language, new promise, right? You never build a true brand strategy. Your client acquisition goes up. You can't compound trust. You can't retarget effectively. And you're constantly starting over. Client acquisition cost goes through the roof. So I'm Jim Padilla. If you haven't figured out by now, for those who don't know me, with Gain the Edge and me and my wife, Cindy, and our amazing team, we help design companies. We design companies to generate revenue. We design them with revenue and growth in mind. Most companies were designed to fulfill on a product. And most things that people are selling are a product in search of a prospect with one-off transactions. And we're seeing this at scale. We've generated $500 million worth of sales success for clients. And we have seen offers of all sizes, shapes, and colors. And what I'm sharing with you in our high revenue business insight series, this is one of them. We're coming to you with what are the keys, the systems, the components, the regular problems and challenges that we're seeing with companies as they're trying to grow exponentially. If you're just looking to grow 10% sales, first of all, you can do better. But mostly, I want to let you know that it is much easier to actually multiply than to add. So let's get you design, focus, structured so that you can grow business predictably, profitably, and powerfully. All right. So if you want to solve that, type in the chat. Let me know you're in the right place. You're looking for exponential growth. Just put in 10x, put in exponential. Let me know you're here. If your client acquisition cost goes up, then you have your different offers require you different levels of fulfillment. It costs more money because you have to be expert in different areas. You have to consistently be building new things custom. You have more time and effort in preparation. You have more systems and processes to be implementing. You have different team capacity and capabilities. Margin shrinks. Type in the chat. Margin shrinks. Is your margin shrinking? Number 4, your energy gets fragmented. You're solving 5 different problems instead of 5 and 4 or 5 different types of people. All right. Instead of building a journey that moves them intuitively, predictably, purposely to the next stages of growth. A high revenue business is not complex. It is focused, right? You want to move from fragmented to focused. So let me just show you a little bit of what that looks like here. Boom. All right. So here's what I'm looking at, and bear with me. I'm playing with my technology here. So fractured business, this is you going whichever direction you need to because there's revenue over there. Let me go find some revenue. Let me find this buyer. I need another way to be able to bring in some revenue. But every single one of these requires essentially a business model. You need a path, a plan, a strategy, right? An avatar, a system, a process. And most of the time, this one is not in line with this one. And they take you in different directions and they cost you a fortune. What we want to get you to is a streamlined focus. A high revenue business model is clear and concise. We build revenue maps, lifetime journeys, clear, consistent offer stacks, right? Revenue multipliers. How are you doing 1 + 1 getting 11? How are you multiplying activity instead of just consistently adding one more thing? We want to make sure everything you add delivers and solves multiple problems. And if you notice the visual on this, when you add a new offer, you add a new component, it layers on top of the things you do before so that you can get predictable, profitable, and pleasurable outcomes because everything's moving in the same direction and in the same journey. And ultimately, the goal is we get positioned as an architect, as a strategist, for us as a revenue designer, right? Not a tactic pusher. Whatever the thing is that you're doing, you don't want to teach a series of tactics. You don't want to have a box full of tips and tricks and all kinds of awesome tools and strategies. You want everything to be layered. You want to make sure that you put in 10% more effort to get 20, 50, or 100% more output. Right? It's not going to cost you nothing in effort, but you don't want it to have 100% more output or effort, for 100% more output. You want one unit of input for at minimum 2 units of output, and then be striving for 10 units of output, 50 units of output, exponential, so that everything you do layers on top of the things that your clients are already doing. So all of your offers are in unison so that you're not sending, here's a distinction we just had at our income infusion event that we had last week. And what we were doing is sharing the fact that you have, shoot, my screen just disappeared. Nope, I think I just disappeared, but the screen share is still there. So the thing is, I want you in mindful of the fact that every time you add a component of strength to what you're doing, if you have one singular lifetime journey, one singular mountaintop experience, one singular outcome, and it doesn't mean one specific task or challenge, one singular outcome for us is a pleasurable, profitable category of one business that you can sell for profit or keep for pleasure. There's a myriad of offers that we put along the way, things that we can do to solve many different problems on that journey. But every problem that we solve moves on that path. Every offer that we put in place delivers a solution for a problem that is meant on that same journey. We're not selling different solutions to different people on different journeys. And that's what many of you are doing. That's what you're likely doing. I see that often. What we have is, as an example, we have offers that are 6 figures plus. People pay us $150,000, $250,000. We have other offers that are at $5,000 or $500. Many times, the mistake that a lot of people make is selling the $500 or $97 solution to a different person who is not one who could afford the 150. And what you need to be thinking about is selling a $97 or a $500 taste of what you do to the person who is either interested in or could afford or is on the path to becoming your mountaintop experience, your premium. Does that make sense? Then you're still selling to the same person. You're still solving a different layer at a level of depth that's different, but it's still the same problem as you're moving up the mountaintop. All right. So you want to be thinking about this in terms of these objectives. Okay. So here's just a quick visual for you. Right. This is our journey. This is our revenue map. This is what we set as our foundational product or foundational tool that everything is built upon. And this is where people are when they come to us. We get them crystal clear on the revenue map. And then this is what life looks like after, because everything starts becoming predictable, creates clarity, calm, design creates confidence, right? You want to design the journey that fits in your strengths, your skill sets, clearly delivers what your clients are looking for, regardless of what level that they come in at. And that's what you want to be thinking about. Okay, that's what moves you from fractured to focused. That's what keeps things simple, clear, profitable, predictable, pleasurable. That's how you build a powerful business model, right? It's about design and structure. It's not about how many offers you can put into play. Because in this, you can literally have as many offers as you want. You just design them to fit at certain places, but for the same avatar on the same journey at different stages of of growth and development. If you can't explain how somebody moves from one stage to to the next on one page, then you don't have a revenue model. You have a bunch of activity. A revenue map clarifies who we serve, right? The primary problem. What are we selling? How much of what are we selling to whom? Where are we going to find them? How often will we find them? Where are we going to invite them to? What are all the activities that we have that will make that go? And what's the designed ascension path or descension model that you have? But it all speaks to the same person. Everything on it is designed to generate revenue and growth for your company. These are the kind of tools that we provide and that you need to have. So type in the chat revenue map if you're interested in finding out more about how this works, right? Because we have a revenue multiplier event coming up in May. We have regular monthly workshops. We have these high revenue business insights that will be coming in every single Wednesday. We'll be here once a week for you. Okay. You want to experience lifetime journey because people don't buy transactions, they buy journeys. Today's buyer is more sophisticated. You have to ask this couple of specific questions. Where are they now? What is their highest possible outcome? What is the mountaintop experience in your world if they stay in your world and solve all the problems that you can help them solve? What does 3 to 5 years look like for them? What needs to happen to them? Where must they become? What must they go from and to as a person, right? For us, it's you're going from a founder constrained to a revenue system led company, right? Where's the from and the to? Where are you taking them along the way? And if it doesn't belong on this, if it doesn't fit in that journey, then it doesn't belong on the summit. It belongs on a completely different mountain for a different offering, for a different business model, right? Right now, you need to master it. Don't start layering in too many many things that are going to confuse the marketplace because they won't know what you do. And then if they have to do the math and the hard work of burning the calories to figure out what you do, they're not going to buy. Okay. An offer stack. Most people build them sideways, right? Offer A, offer B, offer C, offer D. And what you need to be thinking is verticality. Every offer needs to stack well on top of the other. And I don't mean by an offer stack as in a 75 offer slide deck offer. I'm talking about a stack that takes people one layer deep, one more level deep, one either going deeper or ascending higher to the mountaintop. But everything needs to be in a vertical plane so you're moving on a consistent journey. Right? You want to make sure it's entry, core, and expansion and scale. You want a trust building offer. You want a core offer, a retention offer. You want things that are going to move people on a journey because you designed it for them to win. And you designed whatever else needs to be in that journey. Right? Each layer deepens at the same transformation at a different level. Same avatar, same problem, same destination, different levels of depth. That's not more offers. That's leverage. Make sense? We've got 100 offers. They all serve the same person on the same journey at different stages of growth. Okay. The high revenue filter. Ask yourself this question and then let me know what you're thinking and let me know where you need help. Okay. Run every offer through this simple, quick filter. Does this serve the same ideal client? Does this move them toward the same mountaintop I've already established? Does this strengthen my systems or fragment them? Does this increase the lifetime value for me or is this costing me more? Does this simplify my messaging? If this doesn't pass the filter, it's fracture and it's a no. It doesn't mean it has to be no forever, but it sure as hell means to be no for right now. Make sure you can answer those questions. Where is this breaking down for you? Okay. High revenue businesses aren't built on more offers. They're built on better structure, better design. Clarity lowers your cost of fulfillment, cost of acquisition. Focus increases margin. Alignment increases lifetime value. If you feel scattered, your offers are scattered. This week, map out your offers. Just write them down, lay them out honestly, and see where they lay on top of each other. If they don't, trim things away. Doesn't mean you have to throw them away, just put them on the shelf. We have built many things that were before their time. And then 2 years later was the perfect time. We just pulled it off the shelf, updated it, and voila, it was magic. Are you building a journey for your clients and for your buyers that delivers more profit, more pleasure, and more predictability, or are you building chaos? Let me know in the chat where you are. Are you fragmented or focused? And would you love a conversation to see what we can do to help you? Put this on the calendar. We're going to be here next Wednesday at the same time, 1 p.m. PST, and we'll be bringing you some more high revenue business insights. Thanks for the time and the trust. We'll make some sales, get focused, and lose the fractured.